Select stream key. Okay. Bang. Wow, it works. Come on now. So from here, update password. I'm gonna come over here. See, I could just share my screen. That would probably be easier, but the people on YouTube won't get the notifications. So let's go back here. Okay. Boom. Now, let's see. Now, I wonder if I'm sharing my screen here. Let's go ahead and share. Turn the screen and share. Let's just pick a Chrome tab. Share tab audio. Let's go and open another one. Go back here. Screen tab. Share. All right. Peace and blessings, folks. I know this is running and I'm just over here quiet. I'm just setting up. Make sure the mic is right. Might sound a little low. I'm a little backed up from the desk. Let me get set up here. A lot of boys are still knocked out. It was up all night with the crazy butters, but let me see here. I wanted to basically start off with where to start kind of methods, where to go from here. Folks just coming in. I get a lot of newbie questions, and then I get a lot of folks that, have their own perception, their own views. They're in a lot of different groups, and they believe that some of the things that these folks are telling them to do is legitimate, and they're doing them without calling the proper department, agency, authority, regulatory, and getting solid information from professionals. They'd rather listen to TikTok and Instagram. Some of you know my background. I've been in business since before 1999. We started an S corporation, studios, small businesses, nightclubs, electronic repair businesses, construction companies. Small stuff though, but enough that any non-greedy person would have a lovely life. So I've had a lovely life. My background is in college. I have web development and design. I have graphic arts, computer animation, and music and video business. So I'm very skilled. I've done my own taxes. I've done my own research with a team of folks that are just awesome. I mean, my folks are just the best. What we've come across is that we all were searching for a particular process that would alleviate some of the stresses in our lives. A lot of us didn't want, fancy, gaudy things. We just want to take care of one particular issue and move on. So I've been not mentored, but I've purchased for the group, with the group, every guru out there. Okay. And there's plenty of you out there with such a library of different processes. I'm a person that can see through the process and connect the dots of what the person is insinuating or what their presumption is, because I studied, I've read, researched, I share information, I get shared information, folks constantly sharing stuff with me. I would say the one that delivered the most mail to me would be Cold Money. He delivered more literature and reading to me, going down these rabbit holes than anyone. And I can't thank him enough personally. That's my homie, my confidant. My homie is there for me. I'm there for him. You guys got to take care of that man, because a lot of that material in that, even though, he knows how I feel, some of that stuff is not really needed, but it's good literature. It's things that you should know about. I'm more into process and procedure. I got to know how to contact whatever agency or department before I move forward, right? So we've all realized that there's a name game that's going on, okay? There's a name game, and there were some rights that were waived due to a blank endorsement. Okay. If you don't know what blank endorsement is, let's go and check it out real quick. A blank endorsement is a kind of signature on a financial instrument. Okay. It has no designated payee, so the person who possesses it can demand payment. For example, a check made payable to cash and endorsed on the back with the signature of the account held. The blank endorsement essentially makes the financial instrument into a bearer paper. The risk of a blank endorsement is that if it is lost or stolen, the finder can cash or deposit it. You get that? This is a blank endorsement. All right. So who just popped in here? Let me see here. Who's that? Chelsea, peace. All right, so I'm live streaming on YouTube, Chelsea. Give me a second to run through how I'm just kind of breaking down the beginning of this for folks and how to get through it. All right. All right. So there was a blank endorsement given by our parents, right? There is a procedure that Pops didn't do that would have given Pops the guardian or the governor position over the infant, right? So there was no clarification in that. Now there's all kind of processes within the birth of a child, okay? And people don't know how to go at the underlining instrument. See, we have the ability or the power to negotiate and contract, right? That's the age of majority, 18, right? So when we're born, that whole monetary instrument that everybody says, oh, you know, this is they're enemies and this is what they did. The usufruct is real, 100%. It's real. Okay, so it starts at the general obligation level. Okay, so the participation the participation certificate that your mom signs, right, gives them the authority because it was, again, Pops wasn't there to dictate or to govern what was going on. Pops just, you know, they're just signing documents, you know. So this waiver of rights, this abandonment of your right is what's happening. That's where the infant is formed, you know, because we're abandoning our God-given rights right there. So in order to correct these things, there are departmental procedures, right? Non-belligerently, non-combatively, but procedurally, ways to perform this conveyance. All right. When you are the owner of everything, then they have the ability to contact you. You get that part. So this whole thing is about becoming the sacrificial lamb, basically. You know, you must let go and let God. All right. God is commerce in their eyes. God is the one who chooses right and wrong of the process. You know, that's mainly what it's been to me, you know. So when you go back and correct this stuff, right, the best thing to do is to separate yourself from that ownership. Okay. So there are trust. A lot of people talk, they just don't get it, you know. The trustee is not acting in a personal level. The trustee is performing the wishes of the grantor. Everything I want in my life is all based off of me caring for my heirs and my family and my loved ones. That's my essence. That's me. You know, since I was a child, all I wanted to do was do enough for my mom to not stress, right? So you got to learn how to convey this on paper. Right? When you express it and you put it on paper, now this is something that you can record. You can share this with somebody else and let them hold on to these letter of wishes. You know, it's very spiritual. It's very pure. This is the job of the trustee or the custodian. Okay. When you construct a trust, the main thing that we work with is our certificate of trust. Okay. You don't have to give anybody the trust res. All right. That's not for them. Okay. That's for internal, right? So all they want to make sure is that you are operating under that trust. So if you go through the proper procedures to form a trust, it's very easy for whomever you're dealing with to verify, validate that there is a trust existing. Okay. And there's ingredients to this. There's EIN, there's a name, there's a copyright, there's a fee schedule. All these things are around this name, this intellectual property that you come up with. Now, you as the grantor who's coming up with this owns this. So now your job is hot potato. Now I got to get rid of this, right? Because I don't want to own nothing, right? So I put it into the trust on paper. That's it. You understand? If you want it private, you want to inter vivos, don't do nothing. Don't register anything. Don't record anything. It's really simplistic, and you can move in that if you know what you're doing. Those that are just getting into it, it's you must construct something, and you have to think of revocable or irrevocable, right? That's what everybody's dilemma is. That's the easy part. You understand? The revocable part is your veil, right? And the irrevocable private part is the ministries, is the non dealing with the public. You don't deal with the public from this position. You get it? You deal with the family, the private members. That's where you stay at. You don't go sticking your head out there mixing the two, right? And a lot of people don't think that we get that, and we've been got that. I'm in Pennsylvania, and there's things that you have to do and you don't have to do when you are in the private. So it's very simple. You separate yourself from that, and then you walk the walk. Are you prepared to deal in only silver and gold? Are you prepared to only deal in crypto? There is a currency that's out here that is so beautiful that people don't see the technology. They're so still wrapped up with the FRN. They're still worried about that dollar, that USD. There's all kind of ways to get funds. And if you want to call USD is what you get out at the cash machine, then it's going to be in other forms. It doesn't have to be that when you can go up to the computer at the dollar store, wherever you're at, and swipe your phone. They're the ones that's still dealing in that greenback. They're the ones that's using securities and all that extra shit. They're the ones that's playing foul still. So I say all of that to say this: you create a name, and you want that name to be something different than the name that you were given. Okay, you just for now. I'm just saying this is optional, because what I did is I used all of that, and then I also used a different name. So it kind of helped me out being able to separate myself when the phone rings and they're saying, hey, we're calling for such and such. And I'm like, well, which such and such are you referring to? Because there's the LLC, there's the trust, there's the enterprise. Which one who are you calling? Oh, no, we're looking for the individual, the person. Well, ma'am, how do you put the name on the paper? What is it? Who are you communicating? When you send mail to that address, for that person, how do you put the name on there? All caps. Well, there you go. See, that's a fiction, and you're trying to contract. You're trying to contact a building that's in Colorado or a building that's in Washington D.C. You're trying to contact them. You're not trying to contact the private individual. So the questions and everything starts switching up from there. So natural person. Oops, hold up. I got to do this for y'all. Let's see. I want to recap real quick. Let me see. I'll just take it. See, let me go back over here to the share. I'm going to share my whole window for you guys here. Give me a second. Window. All right. So, natural person is a living human being. Okay. Now, let's go by IRS. Let me see here. This isn't going to give it to me the way I. The person right, is the one who's paying the federal taxes, right? That's the ones who's responsible. And all capital name is that person, right? So when I'm having any discussions with them, it's really that simple. I really don't have a better example at this because I didn't plan on doing this morning. It was more just trying to help the folks that needed some help in the group. But you get what I'm saying here. You got person and you have natural person. So when they're trying to call you and contact you and they want to talk to the person, you're a representative of that person. You get it? Because we're not in the public. We're not dealing with the public. So you represent that person. So having a phone system, having an email address, a fax number, a website, your founding documents, is all important to operate in this tomorrow. It is so fun when you get to doing it. So we built a nice little system to get you guys exactly where you want to be at. Everybody else is coming in here and you want to do, different forms. I'm not going to mention them. You reap what you sow, so if you are speedballing through some process, and it's not thought out and you're not protecting yourself, you're not without recourse, void where prohibited by law. If you don't know how to endorse, qualify, endorse, then you need to slow up. Don't do anything. Get you somebody that does, to help you out of the situation, because trying to pay a debt, with these instruments that folks are trying to do rather than going at the underlying instrument, okay, as the agent responsible for that person. Your conversation changes. It's the way people are presenting themselves to these positions, these individuals. You want to be private, you want to be the individual, yet you're still wearing that name, using that name as a whole rather than sections, like this is the business. Everything you do is commerce. You handling the economy by you constantly acting in commerce. This is a job. This is a business. This is a whole corporation. So now that you know that you, the corporation, you must express this. You must let them know, like, whoa, I appreciate the business that you gave me. Thank you very much. But that surety shit, that vessel, unless I harm, steal, or do anything to anybody, this vessel is safe. That's the part where you need to get that on the record, get that under control, because that's the I don't want to say these instruments that they have against us, but those are the nexus points of the issue. But contacting these agencies non-combatively, not an enemy of the state, not an ally of any, non-belligerent. You are a peaceful person sent by God. Take it in your spirit, realize it, swallow that, because that's who you are. So we must perform, and in order to have this experience of heaven on earth is to let go. You don't own nothing. You don't own that debt. You get it? So just, take your time. I promise to get you guys through this. I really need some help. So I need more people that realize how to establish this stuff, There's a lot of people that want to get through this, guys, and I just can't do it by myself with the artwork, with the NFTs, and there's so many things that I do. I just need a little bit more help, and I need you guys to realize there's nobody out there that I've seen that's doing what I'm doing, and they're not doing it procedurally right. That's what's scary. And folks, man, they got something to coming. I'm gonna let you know that now, man. Just because it glitters, it don't mean it's gold. Just because he got a large check back don't mean he did it right. Y'all get easily duped into these receipts, I guess, that these folks get, but they're just gunning to get a receipt. They'll do anything, desperate. And then you see him on TikTok and on Instagram, like, ooh, look, he got a big IRS check. Don't know that if he spend that, he going to jail. And even if it got through, that means no one really did the accounting. You get it? When the accounting starts rolling around and these folks sitting in their house in their backyard think they made it, and they come knocking on your door because you didn't do it right. So I'm gonna let that be that. Appreciate you guys tapping in. I just wanted to share this stream. I wanted to experiment with this stream stuff. So look, one view. I just wanted to see how it works. So I hope this definitely helps somebody out. We gonna see. They're gonna watch the video, and then they're gonna be just hitting me up. So just nobody needs to be doing anything that they don't know how to do, and just organize yourself. You're not organized. You all over the place. That's a problem. You must task everything out, and you good. I promise. Just take it step by step, and stop thinking you can do this crazy shit. Excuse my language. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me see here. Let me stop this stream. Chelsea, look, I ain't even come on here to do nothing. I said I'm gonna see if this works.